Hi, good afternoon guys, Mr. Woon here, the traffic warden. This is a video to address cyclists on cycling two abreast, when you can cycle two abreast or double file and when it is not so ideal. It's just a guideline, a safety guideline for your own safety as you are cycling on the road, as you're traversing, to basically look after your own safety as well as for the safety and due consideration of other road users, other motorists. It's not something that you die must follow, but it is good to do so. It's a good practice. It's for your safety and for the due consideration of other fellow motorists. Now, this video has been something I wanted to do for the longest time. I just never set time to do it. And finally, I'm here to do this video today. It's something I can get off my chest. I was once a cyclist myself. I used to be an avid cyclist. Used to cycle to the western end of Singapore on my cyclicious journey to the west. I was a weekend warrior and I used to do all that long distance cycling, all the way to the west and back to the east. And I'm also doing traffic control, so I'm very well aware of the situation on the ground. I'm a ground person. I keep myself abreast of what's happening on the roads, and I like to offer fresh perspectives and unique solutions to problems. So I find that with this video, I hope to be able to, offer something to the table in terms of your road safety, cycling. Enjoy your commuting experience and your cyclist journeys, around Singapore, but do it safely and as well as look out for the safety and the, safety of other road users and to be more considerate to them as well. Before I start this video, I just want to say something. You can cycle two abreast or you can cycle double file on roads with two or more lanes. But just because you can doesn't mean you should. We go back to the old adage, this age-old adage, just because you can doesn't mean you should. So even though you can cycle on roads with two or more lanes, you can cycle double file or two abreast, side by side, on roads with two or more lanes, just because you can doesn't mean you should. LTA current guideline ruling is that you can do so on roads with two or more lanes, but just because you can doesn't mean you should. You should always see the situation. And what I mean by that, I wrote it down here, hope you can see. You can only cycle double file or two abreast on condition that 1, you do not pose a danger to other road users or fellow motorists. 2, you do not obstruct traffic. And 3, you do not cause inconvenience to road users. So these are the 3 conditions you have to fulfill in order for you to be able to cycle abreast or double file on roads with 2 or more lanes. So it's not so simple. There's a catch to it. And it's very vague. They don't tell you what exactly it is, but they just tell you that you do not cause obstruction, you do not cause inconvenience, you do not pose a danger to other road users. But from my experience, because I was a cyclist before and now I'm doing traffic control, I'm on the ground, I'm a ground person on the time, I'm so used to seeing a lot of things. And I understand that some of these conditions, even though not spelled out, they could be the following, and I wrote it down here. On condition that you can do that, however, it's not applicable whenever you have massive congestion on the road, where even though roads have 2 or more lanes, but every lane is occupied. There's a massive congestion, so you try not to do your double file in order not to cause inconvenience and pose a danger to other road users and to halt traffic. Okay, you cannot also do so whenever there is LTA roadworks lane closure, because whenever there's LTA roadwork lane closure, right, there will be significant reduction of lane availability, and therefore traffic will build up. There will be congestion, and so you don't want to also hold them up by adopting double file or cycling two abreast, because you're going to cause the traffic behind to jam up as a result of doing so. Now the third one would be road traffic accident. Obviously, when there's road traffic accident, even let's say example, there's 3 lanes, middle lane, center lane, there's an accident, or maybe rear vehicles rear-ended or chain collision, and behind there's like a long steady stream of incoming inbound traffic, and they're trying to avoid the center lane. They're trying to divert away to the left and to the right. It won't be so ideal situation where you are cycling two abreast. You will be causing obstruction, posing a danger, and causing inconvenience to other road users. That's what we mean by do not cause inconvenience, do not pose a danger, and do not cause obstruction to traffic. Okay, so other than road traffic accident, the last one would be urgent rescue works or emergency rescue works or emergencies. Now this one is very, very vague, and even though not clearly spelled out, it could mean a lot of things. It could mean, number one, let's say example, when we are trying to pave the way for emergency vehicles to clear, ambulances, police vehicles, fire brigade. Okay, once you see the siren mode and the warning lights are activated, you do not want to cycle two abreast or double file to obstruct traffic. You want to make sure you are on single file and on your leftmost lane or left-handed edge as much as possible, so as to let emergency vehicles clear. Now, when I say urgent rescue works or emergencies, it could also mean a lot of things. It could be, like for example, if you recall in 1986, the collapse of the Hotel New World at Rangoon Road, which is at Little India. Obviously, a situation like that, building collapse, there will be massive congestion, and partially, depends on the road, how broad it is, but you could imagine that kind of scenario where the roads will be obstructed by all the fallen debris and rubbles, right? So you also do not want to be in a situation where you are cycling two abreast and then occupying the center of the road and then causing obstruction and inconvenience to other road users, posing danger to them as well as to yourself. Because when you do so, when you all adopt the center lane and there's too many of you, you're not cycling in an orderly manner, right? You're causing a blind spot for motorists behind. They are unable to see what's up ahead because of your total surface area. In physics, talk about surface area, total surface area. Your total surface area all added up. You are all causing blind corners and blind spots for road users, fellow motorists behind, who are unable to see what is up ahead. That would cause danger to them. In case there's further danger up ahead, you're going to jeopardize their safety. That's what I mean. Okay, so other than like emergency vehicles and building collapse, there will be things like maybe water pipe burst causing ponding, or maybe heavy torrential downpours causing flash flooding. And in that kind of situation, you also don't want to be cycling two abreast on the middle of the road, that sort of thing. Actually, you shouldn't even be cycling in such situations. You should actually be going inland and on higher ground. You should go inland and on higher ground, avoiding the flash floods. But other situations could also mean like fallen trees, I think 2 years ago, there was a felled tree at Tiong Bahru Road, and it occupied the lanes, the dual carriageway, bi-directionally, one going this way, one going that way. So in such situations also, you don't want to be halting traffic by being right in the center, and then doing your two abreast or cycling double file and then causing inconvenience and posing a danger to other fellow motorists and obstruction to them. So these are examples what I mean by urgent rescue works or emergencies, like all these situations which unforeseen. And then I think also the recent, I won't say recent but sometime back, I think you remember the Jalan Besar by Sungai Road intersection, just diagonally opposite Sim Lim Tower and Sim Lim Square. At the, I think right at the yellow box there was a long trailer bed conveying all these what we call rebars, reconstruction bars, reinforcement bars that help to stabilize and hold structures in place when they're doing building. So this thing obviously impaled one of the bars. I think it went through, impaled the bus, and then there was an accident. And then of course there is massive jam and all that. So situation like that, you also don't want to cause further inconvenience and other road users by cycling two abreast or double file in the center of the road, that sort of situation. You want to make sure that you are, as much as possible, paving the way for traffic, keeping to the left-hand edge of the road or leftmost lane, single file. Okay, so with that, before I start doing the video, actually it's going to be a quite lengthy video. I hope to keep it short and try to wrap it up in half an hour, but I don't think so. It's going to be a lot of things to talk about. Before I want to start, I will give you a lot of case scenarios I won't say a lot, but a couple of case scenarios which are quite commonly seen on the roads. Before I start, I want to talk about the basics, the do's and the don'ts. I think you're aware of, but in case you're not, here are the do's and don'ts, where you can cycle, where you cannot cycle, and what are the corresponding penalties you will face if you are caught flouting traffic rules, cycling rules. Now, where can cyclists cycle? You can cycle on normal roads. You are allowed to cycle on underpass, although it's not encouraged, because underpass, when you are going down, vehicle going down, they cannot see what's up ahead. So if you are cycling there, it poses a danger, especially if you are doing two abreast. You understand my situation? You understand the situation. So as you are going down underpass, is very dangerous. The car's going fast. They cannot see what's up ahead. Inside there's a blind corner. So the moment you adopt two abreast and you cycle very close to the center of the road now, center of the lane, you are causing a danger to yourself and to other road users, causing inconvenience and obstruction. Okay, so you can cycle on normal roads and tunnels, but tunnels is not so advisable because of the blind corner, blind spot, and the vehicles are going fast. You can also cycle on highways. You can cycle on flyovers. You can cycle on viaducts. Okay, so I'll repeat. You can cycle on normal roads. You can cycle on in underpass. You can cycle on viaducts, flyover, and what did I say? You can cycle on normal roads, you can cycle on tunnels, you can cycle on highways, you can cycle on viaducts, you can cycle on flyovers. Now, the only exception you cannot cycle is tunnels. You are not allowed to be on tunnels. You are not allowed to be on expressways. These two. There's also one more place you cannot cycle. I mentioned you can cycle on viaducts, but there's one exception to it, and that is Tuas Viaduct. You cannot cycle on Tuas Viaduct. Why? Because Tuas Viaduct, there is heavy movement of container trucks moving in the direction towards Tuas Port. Heavy movement. It's very dangerous for you to cycle there. So you are allowed to cycle everywhere except for tunnels. You are not allowed to cycle on expressways. You're not allowed to cycle on Tuas Viaduct. These three places currently. Everywhere else you can cycle. Okay, and what's the ruling? Very simple. If you are 5 in a group, you can cycle single file. Left-hand edge, adopt left-hand edge or leftmost lane, one single file, one at a time. If there's 10 of you, or less than 10, you can adopt less than 10, but you all are from the same group. You can cycle two abreast or double file. That means two columns. Imagine these are two columns. One column here, one column here. Okay, but so you can have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can cycle 10, but you must have you can cycle two abreast, but you must as much as possible keep to the left-hand edge of the road. Keep to the left-hand edge of the road or leftmost lane. Then you can still adopt two abreast. Let's say there's 10 10 of you are all from the same group. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If there's less than 10, example, but more than 5, and you're all from the same group, let's pick a number, let's say 8, you can also cycle two abreast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have two columns, one column here, one column here. Okay? So 2 rows of 8. But in each column, there is 4 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then if 10, that means it's 5 here, 5 here. Okay? So something like that. But if the moment you are from different groups and there's more than 10 of you, you have to separate. So as you cycle, let's say example, the first group go, there's 10 of you. You can adopt 2 abreast or cycle double file. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The first one go. The next group have to maintain a distance of 2 lampposts, or a distance of about 20 to 35 meters. 2 lampposts is about 20 to 30 meters. Distance of 20 to 30 meters is the distance between 2 lampposts. So you have to adopt sufficient buffer space distance. Now understand that it's not possible and not practical to maintain this 25 to 30 meter or 2 lamppost distance, because it's very dynamic. Situation is very dynamic. You guys are going very fast. The moment you hit a traffic light, everyone will congregate at the traffic light there, at the traffic junction, and it will cause inconvenience, obstruction to road users, and also pose a danger to yourself and to them, because they are unable to see what's up ahead. Especially if it's a bend and you're at a traffic junction, all of you are congregating down there. Imagine the drivers and the riders behind, they'll be very distressed. They'll be like, oh shit, I can't see what's up ahead. It's a blind corner and so many of them are blocking my view. Your total surface area, that's what I talk about in physics, total surface area add up, you're blocking my view. I can't see what's up ahead. It's a danger for me. What if there's a problem up there? And also same thing, what if there's a danger up ahead, let's say a pothole, then if you all go so closely and go together, you don't follow the proper cycling file, the cycling permissible cycling group, right? If one die, all die together. If one end up the blue tent, all end up the blue tent together. That's why it's so critical you all space out and separate. Different groups do not go together. You understand that? Okay, so we talk about the cycling file, 5 in a row. 5 in a row, 1 single file, 1 at a time, left hand edge or leftmost lane. If it's 10 of you or less than 10, but you are from the same group, you can adopt 2 in a 2 abreast or double file. But as much as possible, keep to the leftmost lane, left hand edge of the road. Separate groups, please space out 25 to 30 meters or 2 lamppost distance. Now the punishment for flouting this rule, for flouting this permissible cycling group size, would be $150 composition fine. $150 composition fine if you are caught by LTA enforcement officer or TP doing their routine checks. Okay, so there are other situations as well. Let's say, example, you cycle on a fixie without a working brake. Without a working brake, if you are caught, it would be $1,000 fine or 3 months imprisonment and or both. Repeated offense would be the punishment will double up. So the jail term will double, the fine will double. Now, if you cycle with your handphone, you're looking at your handphone, you're answering your phone while cycling, one hand on the handlebar, or you are recording yourself, like what all of you like to do. You like to put all this on social media, you record yourself cycling, and then you comment on this, right? One hand holding a phone, that is also an offense. The punishment is $1,000 fine, and it is, if I'm not wrong, it should be $6,000 composition fine. So sorry. It should be $1,000 fine, 6 months imprisonment. $1,000 fine, 6 months imprisonment, or both. $1,000 fine or 6 months imprisonment and or both. Again, same thing, repeat offense, the punishment will double, the jail term double, the fine double. Okay, so we talk about the group size, we talk about cycling without working brakes, cycling with the handphone. Okay, then we talk about also cycling in a disorderly manner. If you are cycling in a disorderly manner, not cycling safely, you go right to the center, like the Tour de France cyclists, right the center of the road, and you are doing your double file. Some of you are even doing a triple file, quadruple file, that sort of thing. That's very disorderly, right? The punishment would be same thing, $1,000 composition fine, 3 months imprisonment. 1,000 fine or 3 months imprisonment and or both. Again, same thing, repeated offense, the punishment double up, the jail term double, the fine double. Okay, so we talk about, did I miss out on anything? We talk about the, yes, helmet. You must have a helmet. If you cycle without a helmet, if you are caught, it's also a punishment. You need to pay a fine. The fine would be $1,000 fine or 3 months imprisonment and or both. Repeat offense, same thing, punishment will double up. Punishment will double up. So your jail term double, your fine double. So these are actually quite serious if you're caught. If you're caught. And I think the most serious one is the Tour de France cyclist group type cyclists, right, who always flout the permissible cycling group size and not cycling in an orderly manner, go right to the center. I said already, that one is a very serious offense. You guys should not, going back to this clause or condition, you can only cycle two abreast or double file on condition that you do not cause obstruction, you do not pose a danger to them, and you do not obstruct traffic. In doing so, you are actually causing inconvenience, obstruction to traffic, and posing a danger to other road users, and that is an offense already. Now, before I present to you the case scenarios, I've done quite a few case scenarios here. Before I start doing the case scenarios, I want to perhaps go through the basics. So let's say example, 5 lanes, lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, lane 4, lane 5. 5 lanes, there is no side road, there is no side pocket. In front, no vehicle, behind, no vehicle, bolang bo chia. Can you cycle 2 abreast? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can cycle 2 abreast, but same thing, helmet on, to as much as possible to the left-hand edge of the road or to the leftmost lane. You can still cycle 2 abreast. Keep to your permissible group size. Different groups separate, okay, 25 to 30 meters apart or 2 lampposts. That's if there's no vehicle ahead or behind. There's no congested road. So go ahead and do so. Scenario 2, 4 lanes. Instead of 5 lanes, now it's 4 lanes. Lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, lane 4. Same thing. No side road, no side pocket. In front, no vehicle. Behind, no vehicle. Coast is clear. Coast is clear. Can you cycle 2 abreast? Yes, you can. Go ahead. Again, same thing. Helmet on. 2 abreast. Keep to the permissible group size as much as possible to the left-hand edge or leftmost lane. Different groups separate. Must be 25 to 30 meters apart. Scenario 3. 3 lanes only. Lane 1, lane 2, lane 3. Center lane, right lane, and left lane. Straight road, same thing. No side road, no side pocket. In front, no vehicle. Behind, no vehicle. Coast is clear. Can you cycle 2 abreast? Yes, you can. Same thing. Helmet on. Keep to the left-hand edge of the road or leftmost lane. And then, of course, different cycling groups, please separate 25 to 30 meters apart or 2 lampposts. Now, next scenario, 2 lanes. 2 lane only. Same thing, straight road, no side pocket. In front, no vehicle. Behind, no vehicle. Bolang bo chia. Coast is clear. Can you cycle 2 abreast on the road? Yes, you can. Adopt 2 double file or 2 abreast. Yes. Same thing, helmet on. As much as possible, left-hand edge of the road. Maintain left-hand edge of the road or to the leftmost lane. And different cycling groups must maintain a distance of 25 to 30 meters apart or 2 lampposts. Now, down to the next case, which is only 1 lane. 1 lane, 1 lane only going this way. Can you cycle 2 abreast? Even though there's no side road, there's no car ahead, there's no car behind, there's nothing on the road, coast is clear. Can you cycle 2 abreast? No. Single file, because only 1 lane. You can only cycle double file or cycle abreast, 2 abreast when you have roads on. When you are on roads where there are 2 or more lanes. So therefore, if you are on a road where there's only a single lane, going straight single lane, you cannot cycle 2 abreast. You got to adopt 1 single file. Leftmost lane, left-hand edge, 1 single file, 5 in a row, 1 at a time. If there's more than 5 of you, split the groups. Make sure the groups are 25 to 30 meters apart or 2 lamppost distance. Despite that, your group may be of the same. Let's say example there's 10 of you, but can you cycle 10 single file? You cannot. You got to cycle maximum 5 in a row, 1 single file. So the first group go first. The next group, even though you're the same group, you maintain a distance of 25 to 30 meters apart. Then the next group, which is separate group, nothing to do with you one. It's a different group altogether. Also same thing, 25 to 30 meters apart. That is 1 single file that we're talking about. Okay. What if the road is bi-directional lane? That means it's a dual carriage, one going this way, one going that way. From here going this way, from there coming this way. Separated by 1 single continuous white strip or line. Can you do double file? No. Same thing, treat it as only one lane going this way. Whether you're going this way or from the other side going that way, it's the same, one single file, 5 in a row. If you are a big group, let's say there's 10 of you, you split up 2 groups. First group is 5 in a row, one single file, one at a time, left hand edge, leftmost lane. Go first. The next group, 25 to 30 meter apart, go. Then the next group, which is nothing to do with you, it's a different group altogether, maintain 25 to 30 meters apart. Okay, so that is how it's supposed to be done. When you're talking about cycling two abreast, it should be as much as possible to the left-hand edge of the road or leftmost lane, so as not to cause inconvenience to other road users. And of course, if there is, going back to my point just now, I kind of failed to articulate properly, but now it's here already, now it's flowing. If it's a big group, but you're all in the same group, let's say there's 10 of you, all in the same group, you cannot you cannot be going, if let's say it's a road with 2 or more lanes and in front there's no vehicle, behind no vehicle, can you cycle 2 abreast? Yes, you can. Make sure that you adopt as much as possible to the leftmost lane or left-hand edge. Okay, but if once you hit a road with only one lane, then you all need to separate already. As much as possible, separate. Keep the left-hand edge or the leftmost lane, 5 in a row, one at a time, one single file, and then the other group have to separate 25 to 30 meters apart. That is the rule. Okay. Now I want to go into the case studies which I always come across on the road because I'm doing traffic control, and we always have this situation on the ground. Now imagine this is a straight road, 2 lanes, left lane, right lane. Right lane is the obstructed lane with the roadworks. So the right lane is the closure over here, obstructed lane. Left lane is the free lane. Free lane, obstructed lane. Now in my previous video, I talked about the zipper merger. And this is the buffer zone, this is activity zone, this is the termination zone. So if you want to find out more about that, go and look at my previous video. I'm not going to explain over again. But if you are a cyclist, if let's say now daytime, you can see there's no vehicle at all. In front no vehicle. In front no vehicle, let's say in front there's no vehicle at all, behind also no vehicle. Can you cycle in the center of the road already? From here, that means you do an early merge, and way before you even approach the side, at the transition zone, you already cycle at the center and then prepare to go to the left lane. Can you do that? The answer is no. Same thing, like every other motorist, you keep to the left-hand edge of the road here. Left-hand edge of the road. Your rule, the cycling rule is left-hand edge of the road, leftmost lane. So you keep the left-hand edge. Once you reach here, you stop here at the zipper merger. Check clear first, look behind. See, is there any vehicle behind on the left lane and right lane? If left lane and right lane behind you, there's no vehicle, then you merge. Then you merge one at a time, you go. One single file, go. So the X denotes cyclists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5 of them. Okay, now they are doing double file because why? Roads with 2 or more lane, so they can do double file. So they do double file here, double file, then the remainder guy, the last guy is here. But the moment you approach in, one single file, because 1 lane. 2 lane, but because of the closure here, it becomes 1 lane. So treat it as 1 single file. So as you approach, you go 1 single file, and as you are going, right, as you're going, try not to go too close to the work site. Even though there are barriers here, you don't want to be too close for comfort. Just in case, you know, as they are doing the drilling, hacking and drilling, right, sometimes the tarmac, the rubber flies out. Then that causes the water barrier to be dislodged and come out, shift out and jut out. And if you are too close, it might hit you. Sometimes the rubber will fly and hit you, so you don't want to go too close to the water barrier. You want to keep a safe buffer distance between yourself and the work site. Sometimes due to human or mechanical error, sometimes the excavator swing can happen on the left lane. Sometimes he meant to do it inside, but sometimes due to human or mechanical error, it can swing on the outside. So you don't want to be too close, just in case when they're doing the swing. You know, the arm or the bucket of the excavator. You know, the excavator got a boom and then they got an arm and a bucket, right? You don't want to go too close in case the arm or the bucket hit you. Okay, so you want to go a bit further away. Once you cycle past, you can go back to once you're at the termination zone, you can go back to your leftmost lane or left-hand edge of the road to adopt back your double file. two abreast. Okay, but if let's say situation now change, let's say the situation now is this. Now there are heavy traffic on left lane and right lane, and you are already here. You want to merge, can you just go in and squeeze as the vehicle is going? No, you don't. You stop here and you signal to them your intention to merge lane. So how do you do that? Very simple. You stick your right hand out. Arrow hand, right hand out, palm hand this way. Okay, stick out this way. That means you stick your hand out this way. Like that. And you turn and look behind. To indicate your intention to want to merge lane to the right. Make sure that the driver behind you on your right lane and left lane stop for you first. Stop for you. Then from the windscreen you can see they nod their head, they ask you to go first, they ask you to go first, ask you to go first. Then you go. Then you go. Then you go in and merge. As much as possible, when you come here already, you go to the left hand edge of the road and try not to obstruct traffic because the vehicles will be going in already. And may I also appeal to drivers, please let the cyclist go first. Don't try and rush in and squeeze. Because if you rush in and squeeze, it's very squeezy. There's only one lane. They need to keep a safety buffer distance away from the worksite. And if you squeeze in, you need to also maintain 1.5 meters safety buffer distance. But if you squeeze in, you are most likely going to sideswipe them. That means you are going to knock against them at the side. And then you are going to be in trouble. Because I always say this, really, the law always protects the minors, the pedestrians. Who are the minors? The pedestrians, the micro mobility users, and the cyclists. Why? Because because you are propelling a larger motorized vehicle capable of causing harm, capable of causing hurt, capable of causing death unto cyclists or pedestrian or micro mobility users. So therefore the law is always in favor of them. It's always life over vehicle, life over vehicle. Therefore, let them go first. Don't try and squeeze in and brush past them. Please don't do stupid thing like that. Let them go first. Don't tail closely behind them either. Keep a safe buffer distance behind them and slow down. Let them clear. As soon as they go in and adopt their left hand edge position or leftmost lane, right, then you gently overtake from behind. Okay, so and if need be, you also like that horn is to alert them that you are behind them. Okay, so now we go to the next scenario. Oh my god, it's already 32 minutes. I think this video is going to be quite long. I'll try to keep it short. Same thing, road closure, but instead of the left lane, now the road closure is on the right lane. Same thing, your buffer zone is here. You need to do the merger here. Over here, where you see the traffic cones here, you need to do the merger here where they delineate traffic to the left lane. So if let's say if the closure is on the right and you're already on the left lane, okay, let's say example, these are cyclists denoted by the X symbols. Can you as a cyclist cycle in the center of the road on the single white broken line? The answer is no. Keep to the left hand edge of the road or leftmost lane. You can cycle two abreast here if, because this roads with two or more lanes, if there's no traffic behind or in front, you can do that. But as soon as you pass the worksite here, it considered single lane already, one lane already. You got to adopt one single file. One single file, 5 in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To as much as possible to the left hand edge or leftmost lane, one single file, one at a time. Go slowly in anticipate danger in case, again same thing, rubber fly out or the excavator swing on the outside. Okay, so you want to make sure you're away from the worksite and as much as possible to the left hand edge. Slow down as you're approaching. Then from here you can go back to, once close is clear, you've reached the termination zone and back to 2 lanes again. Carriageway reinstated to back to 2 lanes. If there's no traffic in front and behind, you can go back to double file. As much as possible, keep to the left hand edge or leftmost lane, you can adopt your double file. Now, different scenario. If let's say now there's a lot of vehicle, in front of you there's vehicle, behind there's also vehicle on the left and right lane. Can you do a double file? No. Same thing. Stop here and signal your intention to merge to the left. So how do you signal your intention to merge to the left? Very simple. You stick your left hand out, arrow hand, like this, arrow hand, and then you look back to the motorist. You look back. You don't go yet. You look back and you signal your intention to turn. You wait for both motorists on left lane and the right lane to stop for you first. And from the windscreen, you can see they give you a nod of approval, ask you to go first, then you go. Okay, so then you, one single file, you go. After that, you can go back to double file. If there's no obstruction ahead, if there's no further roadworks up ahead, if there's no heavy congestion up ahead, you can go double file. Okay, but if once you see there's further obstruction up ahead, like further there's more work sites and there's heavy traffic up ahead, you go back to your one single file. Advisable to go back to one single file. Not saying you must, but it's advisable to for your safety, which will save your life as well as for the safety of other road users and other motorists. Now, the next scenario, 3 lanes, the closure is on the center. There is no vehicle in front. Behind, there's no vehicle in front. Let's say this, you are a group of cyclists. Can you cycle in the center of the road? And from here, can you go here? The answer is no. You please don't cycle in the center of the road, then come out from here and go back there. It's very dangerous. From here, you go back to your left-hand edge of the road or leftmost lane. Go back to one single file. Why? Because this is closure on the center, resulting in only one lane on the left. Left lane, only one lane. So you go back to one single file. As you cycle, you go back one single file. As you can see here, the X denotes the cyclists 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them in a double file, but as soon as they approach single file, it goes only one lane. As much as possible, single file to the left-hand edge of the road or leftmost lane. Try to avoid going near to the work site because of, as I mentioned, the rubble will come out. Sometimes the hacking drilling will cause the rubble to fly. Cause the water barrier to jut out, to be displaced. It may hit you. Sometimes the excavator swing may come out on this side due to human or mechanical error, and it may hit you. The arm of the bucket may hit you. So you don't want to go too close. You want to slow down, anticipate this kind of problem, and keep to the left-hand edge. The moment you see that the termination zone is here, carriageway reinstated back to 3 lanes, 1, 2, and 3. Lane 1, lane 2, lane 3. And you see there's no vehicle up ahead, please continue to go back to your double file. That's fine. That is fine. But if let's say there is heavy vehicles, there's heavy movement of vehicle on left lane, on the right lane, center lane and left lane, on lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, and you are trying to cycle here, can you do that from here, center? Can you go to here and come back here? The answer is no. You do not cycle from here, center, and then come out here onto the right lane or lane 1 and then shoot back here, because when you do so, you are endangering your life. You are supposed to keep to the left-hand edge of the road. And when you come to here, when you suddenly turn in, you are coming from a blind spot. Because this is a work site. There's a lot of obstruction. There's signages, there's the excavator, there's water field barriers, there's a client's tipper truck parked here. So the moment you come out from here, if you cycle this way, and you come out from here, like the Tour de France cyclists, right, you are coming out from a blind corner. The motorists here will not be able to anticipate you. So they are going fast, and they are most likely going to hit you. When they hit you here, you are either going to be rear-ended, or you are most likely going to be sideswiped, okay, and then you end up in a blue tent. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that if you see obstruction here, you please go back to one single file and keep to the left-hand edge of the road. As much as possible, left-hand edge of the road. Now, if let's say there is heavy traffic on right lane, left lane, right lane, center lane, and left lane, lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, and you want to merge, and there's vehicle going here, and there's some more vehicles stopping here, indicating with the signal the intention to merge to the left. Can you just go ahead and squeeze when as the vehicles are turning in or going straight? The answer is no. You please stop here and wait, and you signal the intention to merge to the left. Okay, so how do you do that? Same thing. Stick your left hand out, left palm, arrow hand out. Look behind to the motorist. Look behind, eye contact. Make sure that they stop for you first. And from the windscreen, you can see they give the clearance. Yes, please go ahead, please go ahead, please go ahead. Then you go. Then you merge to the left and keep as much as possible to the left-hand edge of the road or leftmost lane and adopt one single file. The moment you clear already, if you see road ahead is clear, coast is clear, all 3 lanes are clear, there's no obstruction ahead, there's no heavy traffic, you please go double file. Up to you. You can go back to double file. But if there's further obstruction ahead, like further roadworks, and there's more obstruction, as in traffic is hot there, all 3 lanes, you do not go back to double file, you go back to single file. And please do not zigzag and cycle in between. Some of you in the center in between the two lanes, that sort of thing, like how a rider will ride and then cycle zigzag here and there. Please don't do that. That's considered disorderly already. If you do that, it is punishment $1,000, fine, and 3 months imprisonment, and or both. Repeat offense, double up the punishment. Sentence, jail sentence double, fine double. Okay, so that is one of the scenarios you will face whenever you encounter roadworks. Because roadworks always got lane closure. Whenever lane closure, there will be significant reduction of lane availability and more traffic obstruction due to the congestion. So you do not want to cycle two abreast in the center of the road. You go back to one single file, leftmost lane, left hand edge. One single file, find a row one at a time. No more two abreast. Okay. I'm going to quickly talk about, there's 3 more scenarios and the video is already about 40 minutes. This is a very common scenario that a lot of frustrated road users always face. Now, there's 2 lane, example 2 lane, and there's obviously a lot of vehicle on both lanes. These are the vehicles. These are vehicles indicating they want to merge left. They signal the intention to turn left because they're trying to overtake the cyclist. These are vehicles behind the cyclist. They are indicating want to turn right, merge right, because they want to overtake the cyclist. They want to overtake the cyclist, then they want to come to this way. But it's heavy traffic behind and in front. And these are 2 different cycling groups. As you can see, this one has a double X, and this one has a single X. The single X is the first group, and they are not cycling in a proper cycling, permissible cycling file. They are so messed up. You look at them. 2 abreast here, 2 abreast, but this 2 is not at the left-hand edge of the road. And these are 3 altogether adjacent. They are cycling so close to the right lane already. And then this one also is as good as almost 3 abreast. And they are taking up one whole lane space, causing further obstruction behind because of the motorist's inability to go past them, to overtake. And then there's another cycling group very close, not even 30 meters apart. This other cycling group, they are, although they are cycling closely, but they have a proper cycling file. They are 2 abreast but left hand edge of the road or leftmost lane. It's just that in front there's no buffer distance. They are too close already, and this group is not cycling properly. So this entire situation here is what causes a lot of frustration for fellow road users and motorists who want to overtake, because you guys are causing obstruction, inconvenience, and posing a danger to other road users. As I mentioned already, you want to cycle 2 abreast, you can, provided you do not cause inconvenience, obstruction, and pose a danger to other road users. If you do so, then you please go back to one single file. Don't go and cycle in the center of the road. Don't do this kind of stupid thing, because your total surface area add up is huge. The driver or the motorist or the rider behind is unable to see what's up ahead. Let's say there's a pothole or danger they cannot foresee, because you are blocking them. Their view is the view of what's up ahead is obstructed by all of you congregating here. So they cannot see already. So they cannot see. If they overtake, they might sideswipe with other vehicles on the right lane, or they might themselves get into an accident. And if there's a pothole up ahead or a work site and a trailer coming out, and all of you are going so close and you are flouting traffic rules, you do not stop at the red light, you go ahead. If one die, all die together, because all you hit the trailer bed coming out from a work site, perpendicular. This happened at Keppel Road, Anson Road. So the scenario is very similar. The trailer bed is coming out and all of you flout the red light, run the red light. Okay, you do not conform to the traffic signal, you go. Then one go, all go together. If you hit the trailer, one die, all die together, because all of you are not following the permissible group size. You're not keeping to the safe buffer distance of 25 to 30 meters. If one die, all die together. If there's a pothole in front, giant pothole, one die, all die together. That is why you must cycle at different groups, spaced apart. If there's danger ahead, at least one person fall, one person tow, one person die, not so bad. If 1 or 2 from the same group, not so bad. But all of you go together, all die together. That is why it's so stupid for you to go together. You understand the situation? So this kind of situation, if you see a cyclist, please do not cause this kind of problem for road users. Please cycle properly. If you are unable to, then go back to your one single file, left hand edge of the road, leftmost lane, 5 in a row, as much as possible, one single file. Don't cause obstruction to road users. Now, this is the scenario that happened when I was working here that day. One time at Keppel Road by Anson Road. This is Keppel Road and this is Anson Road. Okay, so Keppel Road by Anson Road, there's a viaduct here, Keppel Viaduct. There's a worksite here with a chevron marking. So there are actually 4 lanes. This one's going straight to ECP. This one is have to merge already. This one is this one going in the direction towards ECP. Then this one is from ECP coming down, turning into Anson Road. This arrow here is from Tanjung Pagar PSA terminal. The trucks and the vehicles going straight in the direction towards Anson Road. Anson Road only got 4 lanes. Okay, but there's a work site here, it's hoarded up, and there's always trailer bed coming out from here. There's a yellow box here. Occasionally you go have those Bangla or Tambi traffic controller worker coming out to the center to stop traffic because trailer bed is always coming out. There's a prime mover with a long trailer bed coming out from the side here. And that's why it's so dangerous for you cyclists to flout traffic signal and to go ahead and to go in non-permissible group size and to cycle in the entire road without giving a damn about without giving care and concern for other motorists. Now, this is the work site, and I was standing here when I saw the cyclist coming this way. In fact, in another video on Singapore Road Vigilante, there's one video in November last year, very endearing. They say, Keppel Road, where is Mr. Woon? Keppel Road, cycling, I think cyclists on Keppel Road. Where is Mr. Woon when you need him? Something like that. And it's the same thing, because this is a very popular stretch for cyclists on a weekend. Weekend, they like to cycle here. Weekend, they love to cycle here. And you always see big groups. They are going to Tanah Merah Coast. And they will always cycle in the center of the road. They don't follow the traffic rules. They run the red light. They are not cycling proper file. And they are not cycling in an orderly manner. Okay? So when you see a situation like that, heavy traffic, these are all vehicles. Some of them at the zipper merger, they are indicating their intention to merge. This zipper merger, these 2 vehicles are indicating their intention to merge to the left. From 4 lane, don't count this lane, because this lane is straight lane. From 3 lane, 1, 2 and 3, turning into Anson Road with 4 lanes. 3 lane become 2 lanes. 3 lane become 2 lane only. And it's heavy traffic in front and behind, and there's a worksite here with a trailer bed coming out to and fro very frequently. Will it make sense for you cyclists to cycle double file, 2 abreast here? The answer is no. The answer is no. You go back to 1 single file, because if you go double file, you are going to cause inconvenience, obstruction, and pose a danger to other road users. Because of the road closure, significant reduction of lane availability, there's a lot of traffic here piling up, jamming up. So can you cycle 2 abreast? You cannot. Even though it's 2 lanes now, 2 lane, technically you can still cycle on road with 2 or more lanes. But because of lane closure, 2 lanes available, but it's jamming up. There's a vehicle trying to merge to the left. From here, trying to merge to the left. And there's a lot of vehicle behind because of the lane closure. It is not advisable for you to cycle 2 abreast or 2 or double file and occupy the entire lane, to hog 1 entire lane, because you're going to obstruct traffic, cause inconvenience, cause a danger to them, and obstruct traffic. Earlier on we talked about, if you want to cycle 2 abreast, you can, on condition that you do not obstruct traffic, you do not pose a danger to other road users, you do not cause inconvenience. But if in doing so, if you are going to cause inconvenience, pose a danger to other road users, and cause traffic obstruction, you are not allowed to. You only go back to 1 single file and comply to the traffic signal, because sometimes when the red light here, yellow box, this side here, the vehicle going to turn. The bus is going to turn from ECP turn in. When they turn, they need a wide turning radius or wide turning angle, and they are most likely going to go to bus lane, which is on the lane 4. 4 lane, they will go to lane 4, because they're going to stop opposite M Hotel, which is further up. Opposite M Hotel, and the bus stop is just directly there. So they're going to swerve in this way. If you don't conform to the to the traffic signal, you don't stop, and this side come, bang, you're going to get into an accident over here. And if this side, if let's say the green signal for the vehicle from Tanjung Pagar PSA terminal to go straight, if you don't conform to the signal, you turn, you thought no vehicle, but you didn't see, it's a blind corner, there's a vehicle or truck moving here, and they're going to hit you, they're going to sideswipe you or rear end you, you're going to die. And occasionally we have traffic controller come out here, because it's a work site. They come out from here to stop the traffic at the yellow box, because why? There's a long trailer bed coming out, a prime mover attached with a long trailer bed coming out. So if you don't conform to the traffic controller signal to stop, and you go and so you going together, and you're all tailing each other and going closely, and different groups also going together, because it's a traffic light. When you all stop, you all stop together, you are congregating already. Different groups congregate together and you all go together and you all flout. And the moment your trailer bed come out, you all go anyway. You don't care about the traffic signal stop. You don't go, you just go ahead. You don't stop, you just go ahead. And you hit the trailer bed, one die, all die together. One die, all die together. That's why it's so stupid of you to cycle the way you do. Okay, so please conform to the traffic signal. Once you stop, stop. And when you see situation like that, do not go double file. Go one single file and stop. Go one single file and conform to the signal. If you stop, stop. Don't move any further. If the traffic controller come out and stop all of you, stop. Do not go further, because if you go further, the trailer bed come out, you're going to hit the trailer bed, you're going to end on the blue 10. Okay, so, and if you occupy, you see, if you occupy double file from here, and then you're obstructing the traffic here, right, trying to turn left, the moment green signal for them to turn left, a lot of frustrated drivers will overtake, and then they are most likely going to sideswipe you, or sideswipe other vehicles in order to avoid hitting you. They will swerve further away and hit other vehicle and sideswipe other vehicle, or they might just rear end you or sideswipe you. So you don't want to be in such a situation. You want to be one single file. In such a situation, very messy, very congested, please adopt one single file. Keep your leftmost lane or left hand edge 5 in a row, one at a time. Keep a safety buffer distance. Even though, yes, you already congregate, there's so many cycling groups congregating at the traffic junction, at the stop signal. It's impossible for you to maintain, not practical, or impossible for you to maintain safety buffer distance of 25 to 30 meters or 2 lampposts apart, but surely you can delay a bit, let the first group go, and then after that you can follow and maintain at least decent, I would say decent safety buffer distance between the first group and second group in order to avoid calamity. Now, please bear with me. This video is very long, it's about 1 hour already. I got one last final case study. Earlier on we talked about you can cycle 2 abreast provided you do not pose a danger, obstruct traffic, or cause inconvenience, but it's not applicable for massive congestion, roadworks, lane closure, or road traffic accident, or emergency rescue works. I want to talk about is road traffic accident. Say for example, this is a situation, two car langgar. It could be rear-ended, it could be a chain collision, doesn't matter. It is a road traffic accident. It happened in the center of the lane. There are 3 lanes: left lane, center lane, right lane, center lane, left lane. Lane 1, lane 2, lane 3. If let's say there are no vehicles at all, behind no vehicle, in front no vehicle, just only this accident between the 2 vehicles, and you are approaching from here, there's 5 of you, you are cycling here. Can you cycle 2 abreast? The answer is no. You go back to one single file because the obstruction is here. So there's only 1 lane available. You go back to one single file, you cycle safely, 5 in a row, one single file, as much as possible to the left hand edge. And after you clear already, when there's no vehicle up ahead, there's no more accident site, there's no more wreckage, please continue double file. You can do that. However, if there is a lot of vehicles, all these are vehicles, all these boxes you see are denoted by vehicles. They are all vehicles, it's all congested on lane 1, lane 2, and lane 3. On lane 2, middle lane, their vehicles are trying to merge to the right, some are trying to merge to the left. Is it possible for you to cycle 2 abreast? The answer is no. Keep to the left hand edge. Now imagine you are here. Same thing like a worksite zipper merger. You stop there. You signal your intention to merge to the left lane by sticking your left hand out, your left hand arrow, and then you look back. Make sure that the driver here and the driver here on the center and left lane stop for you and ask you to go ahead. From your windscreen, from the windscreen you can see they ask you to go. Then you merge and then you go one single file because now it's only 1 lane. So you go one single file, left hand edge of the road, and you clear. Understand? You don't cycle 2 abreast, you cycle one single file. Whenever you see accident, doesn't matter how many lanes, 5 lane, 4 lane, 3 lane, 2 lane, 1 lane, and the accident is maybe in the center, close to the left hand, close to the leftmost lane, and involving maybe multiple vehicles, whether is it 2 vehicles, whether it's 3 or more, chain collision, or whether is it rear-ended, or whatever it is, always cycle one single file. When you see there's traffic behind, you do not want to pose a danger to other road users, you do not want to cause obstruction to traffic, you do not want to cause inconvenience to other road users, you please adopt back one single file and cycle to the left hand edge of the road. So, and that's pretty much all I want to say. That's the end of the presentation. In summary, because I don't want to go too long, it's about 1 hour already. In ending, I want to say is this: cyclists always make sure you are on the left-hand edge of the road as much as possible, whether there's heavy traffic or no heavy traffic, whether you're on roads with 2 or more lanes, always as much as possible left-hand edge of the road or leftmost lane. If there's 5 of you, you can cycle one single file, one at a time, left-hand edge, leftmost lane. Helmet on, everything on, the gears on. Do not use your phone. Keep to the left-hand edge of the road. Want to cycle double file? Can. If within the same group, yes. Cycle double file on 2 roads with 2 or more lane, yes, you can. If there's no obstruction behind, if there's no obstruction in front, provided you do not cause inconvenience and obstruction to road users and you do not pose a danger to them, you can cycle double file. But the catch is still this, and that is, as much as possible, go to the leftmost lane of the road. Keep to your leftmost lane. Maintain leftmost lane. Maintain left-hand edge as much as possible. The catch is always, as much as possible, maintain leftmost lane. Keep to the left-hand edge as much as possible, and cycle in an orderly manner. If you are cycling in a disorderly manner, which is the opposite of what I told you already, then it is an offense. And if caught, you'll be punished. The penalty is $1,000 fine, compensation fine, or 3 months imprisonment, and or both. Okay, and or both. Same thing with the permissible group size. If you're caught flouting the permissible group size, the punishment, if you're caught by LTA enforcement or traffic police, it is also $1,000 compensation fine. It's $150 compensation fine. $150 compensation fine. Okay, of course, all these figures are subject to review and could be increased further in order to, down the road, who knows, right? In order to prevent disorderly cycling, and which will lead to more inconvenience and possible accident because of you guys cycling in a disorderly manner. You don't know, but you all cycle away, you all happily cycle away, but you don't understand is that, what you don't understand is that behind, vehicles get into accident because of you. So please be responsible and cycle safely and responsibly, because the road, I keep saying, is a shared public way, it's a shared public space. We all are commuting together, we are sharing this space together to commute to work, or to commute or to traverse to point A to point B. So please exercise due care and sheer responsibility to ensure the safety of your other road users, not just your own road safety, but the safety and due consideration of other road users, in order to enhance our commuting experience and to make our commuting experience enjoyable and pleasant one on the road. Okay, so with that, I end this video. I hope you have learned something. I hope I have offered fresh perspective and unique solutions to the table for you to adopt, and ultimately is really to care for you, is for you to avoid getting an accident. It's really for your safety. Care for your safety is really about road safety, tantamount to zero accident. That's my role as a traffic warden. As a traffic warden is to ensure road safety tantamount to zero accident. Okay, so with that, I hope that you took away this message, gold nuggets of tiny wisdom and important life lessons you learn to bless yourself, to bless your family, to benefit your friends and your loved ones on the road. Please cycle safely, and if you're a driver also, please drive safely and give way to them. As I keep mentioning already, you are propelling a larger motorized vehicle capable of causing hurt, harm or death onto this minus cyclists, pedestrian, micro-mobility users, pedestrians especially. So if you hurt them, you are in danger. The law protect them, because always life over vehicle. Life over vehicle, you need to remember that. Okay, with that, I want to end the video. It's already 1 hour. It's really close to 1 hour. So thank you so much. Enjoy your Sunday, and God bless you. And stay tuned with me. I'll be doing more videos, more educational videos to create awareness, to educate road users, and to shine a light on road safety. To shine a light on road safety. More on that in the next video. I'll see you around. Thank you. Stay safe and God bless you. Thank you. Bye bye.